Hello vinyl community, this is Randy. Back today with another video. I am going to show you some records today that I've gotten in the mail in the first part of October, in the first half of October. I had a really cool VC meetup with Happy Hippie the Vinyl Guy just a couple days ago. And I'm going to show the records that I got then in a separate video after I've had a chance to listen to them a little bit more thoroughly. But I got actually some other records before that day, so I'm gonna show those to you today. So yeah, these all came through the mail. So the first one I'm going to show you is this record by DC band, Washington DC band called Koriki. I'm not really sure about the pronunciation. Koriki is what I'm going to say. This is a band that is a three-member band. Ian McKay, the singer for Minor Threat, is the big, most well-known person in this band, and then the drummer is his wife, and her name is Amy Farina. And then the bass player is Joe Lally, L-A-L-L-Y. So, yeah, this album came out in June of this year, and I've seen a couple people show it in VC videos. It sounded good. I really have not followed Ian McKay at all since, really since Minor Threat. I guess a little bit of Fugazi I listened to, but not too much. In the 90s I was focused on other types of music, I guess. So yeah, I got this one though, and this is what we're hearing in the background right now, so I hope you can hear that. It sounds really cool. It's indie rock is what they call it in Discogs, and that's what I would call it. It's just the guitar, bass, and drums. I mean, as far as I can tell, it sounds like it was recorded just about basically live in the studio. I mean, there's not a whole lot of overdubs or anything. And yeah, indie rock, I guess. You can hear what it sounds like. I think it sounds great. Ian sings, does most of the vocals, but Amy also sings some, and they sing together for part of it, which is what we're hearing right now. So yeah, it came with this inner sleeve with the lyrics. So yeah, I was really happy to get that one. I ordered that one directly from the Discord website, and so while I was there, I was looking at some other records that they have, and so I picked up this, ordered this Reissue Flex Your Head. This is one of the best hardcore compilation albums ever. This was a compilation that came out in 1982, and featured a lot of the hardcore bands from DC. So Minor Threat has a couple songs on here. Government Issue, Youth Brigade. The one that probably most people might be most interested in would be State of Alert, which was Henry Rollins. I don't know if it was his first band, but it was his band before Black Flag, and he was actually going by the name Henry Garfield at that time. Yeah, State of Alert here. Iron Cross, Artificial Peace. Back of it looks like. So this was a fantastic compilation. Like I said, it came out in 1982. I had it in 1982, and then somewhere along the line I have lost it, but it came out with actually some different covers. So here's the original cover in 1982. I had the second one, which I think came out in 82 or 83 or sometime around there, sort of like a wheat field. This looks more like the one that I have. This copy that I got was evidently pressed in March of 2010. That's the most recent one I can find on Discogs. So yeah, so these are lyrics, and it gives each band a little show their photos or some artwork or whatever it is I guess they had their choice for what they got to put on this insert. So yeah, very cool. Here's what the label. Flex Your Head. Fantastic compilation album. Yeah, I've really enjoyed listening to this one too. It sounds great. And so that maybe start thinking about some other old hardcore bands. And one of those really older hardcore albums that I really is one of my favorites, and I don't have it on. I've never actually had it. I've had it on tape, you know, several times. But this is Circle Jerks, Group Sex, came out in 1980. This is a fantastic hardcore album. Circle Jerks, a band from California, I think Southern California. And I think this is a picture of some people at one of their shows. This really is just one of my favorite hardcore albums. It has 7 songs on each side, but the whole album I think doesn't even take 20 minutes to play. It's played very fast. Fantastic lyrics, great singing. Keith Morris is the singer for this band. So yeah, I think what I have here is a 2018 reissue of this album that came out in 1980. So yeah, this is one of those albums. For me, it's kind of like Minor Threat's Out of Step. I mean, every song is great, and the whole album just flows perfectly, and it just is just over quickly before you know it. But it's really, yeah, great album. This comes with I think this is the same insert that came with it back in 1980. It has step-by-step instructions here for it's dancing. Here's a picture of the band. But yeah, I got this one off the Frontier website. So yeah, Frontier Records, which was the label that originally released it, and I just didn't really think about them still being in business, but I guess they are. So they pressed this one on pink vinyl, pink with the yellow. Yeah, so for those of you who think the vinyl should have something to do with the theme of the record, the spine on this is pink. So yeah, matches the spine, and then of course the yellow writing. So yeah, really glad to get this one. I've only listened to this once since I've got it, but it's one of those that's great to have. It's great to have in my collection, because when I want to hear it now, I'll be able to hear it. So fantastic. I got reissue of this record. Here was the hype sticker for this one. A band called, once again, not sure the pronunciation, Kikigaku Moyo. And I'm not sure the pronunciation of the name of the album either. Mammotus Clouds. I looked up Mammotus Clouds, and those are a type of clouds that they have large parts of them hang down from the main part of the cloud, I guess. So yeah, but it's a real type of cloud. And yeah, so Kikigaku Moyo is a Japanese band, and this is what the record looks like. This is a 2020 reissue. This was yeah, this album came out originally in 2014, but this is a September 2020 reissue, so this just came out. Fantastic album cover. It comes with this Obi strip. I don't know if it was actually pressed in Japan or what that's all about, but here's what the back of it looks like. So this is one long song recorded live on side 1, even though you can't tell it's live. They start playing, and it's just a long jam. The crowd applauds a little bit at the end. I mean, it sounds like there's 10 or 15 people there. And then it was recorded live at Ikebukuro Chop, January 25th of 2014, without overdubs or edits. So yeah, just recorded straight to the tape, I guess, and that was it. And then side B has 2 songs, so it's all instrumental. Yeah, it's just psychedelic, very much guitar based, but there's also bass, and sitar is very prominent on this, so that gives it a lot of its sound. It's really good. yeah, just one long jam on side one, and it kind of reminds me of the Prana Crafter album that came out last year. So it's just one long psychedelic jam, and Discogs, yeah, that's listed as psychedelic and folk music. So yeah, has this cool looking inner sleeve. Basically, what that is just a whole bunch of pictures of the band arranged in a collage, I guess. So that's cool. The label on this one is, yeah, cool looking label on Guru Records. Yeah. So that's really cool. I've been listening to that one a lot, and I think I will continue to listen to it quite frequently. Ordered this album. This is Animal Collective, made by the Post Pavilion. So this is very cool gatefold sleeve. This is a record that came out in 2009. I've never had it before in any format. I think I saw somebody showing this in the gatefold sleeves psychedelic covers thread. So it is a psychedelic cover. It's very cool cover. Yeah, both parts of it, inside and outside. And yeah, this sounds good. Also, very upbeat, very cheerful. It's all, I guess you'd say, synthesizer based. There's no guitar on that, and I don't even know if there's any real drums. It's all just synthesizer, which is not normally something that I'm attracted to. But I have another one of their records called, well, it's got the strawberries on the front of it. I'm not sure what the name of that. Strawberry Jam, maybe, is the name of that album. And yeah, so I decided to get this one. I think this is the first one. It doesn't have a guitar player on it. And yeah, this is listed in Discogs as indie rock, experimental, and psychedelic. So yeah, those all make sense to me. And a couple of pop songs, I would call them like pop type songs on here. My Girls and oh gosh, where are they listed? Very upbeat sounding songs. A lot of fun to listen to. Yeah, all synthesizer and sort of psychedelic sounding. A lot of repetition. Repetitions with the lyrics. The inner sleeves and the labels are all basically the same. The colors on them change just a little bit. I think the day after Record Store Day, or maybe even later on the same day, I went online to look for this record, which they did not have at Grimey's. Didn't offer it that day on the online thing. So this is Jimmy. Oh, well, it doesn't say on here what it is. It's Jimmyffrey, the Jimmyffrey 3 and the Jimmyffrey 4. So this is a live album that was recorded in 1965. Jimmyffrey is a saxophonist, tenor sax, and he also plays clarinet on this album. So yeah, this is one I wanted to get. I really was not familiar with Jimmyffrey. I knew he was sort of, I think, from the West Coast School of Jazz, and he played some with Lee Konitz and other people I was familiar with. So I figured I would give this a try. This one is a real challenge, though, I tell you. This is the first time it's ever been released on vinyl, and it was only released on CD once before in 2014. These are, there's avant-garde jazz, I guess you would call this, but I would really hardly even call it jazz. It's avant-garde. Sides A and B were recorded on September 3rd, 65, with Richard Davis on bass and Joe Chambers on drums. So, yeah, some very forward-thinking jazz players there, I think. And then sides C and D were recorded before that, a few months before that, on May 1965. Once again with Joe Chambers on drums, but Don Friedman on piano and Barry Phillips on bass. So it's almost the same songs, just played on two different nights. side A, the second night, has an Ornate Coleman song called Crossroads on it. But yeah, this is extremely spare music. It's very well documented here with the liner notes, and not a whole lot of melody. Yeah, this is very interesting. The cool thing about this is the one that I've played more than any other record since I've gotten it. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what's going on here, I guess you could say. But it is fun to listen to. So yeah, I would say if you want to hear something that's going to be, like I say, a little bit more of a challenge, this will be it. All the songs on here are Jimmyffrey originals. I'm sure if I mentioned it, Jimmyffrey originals, except for the one Ornate Coleman song. So, yeah, this is going to take a little bit more, listening. Here's what the label looks like on that. This is on, well, it's not Resonance Records, it's called Elemental Records, but it's from the same guy, I think, who does some of the Resonance records. So, yeah, I ordered that one. Did I say I ordered that one from Lunchbox Records? I got one more record in the mail, Christian McBride Big Band. So this is the complete opposite of that Jimmyffrey record. These are all, basically all jazz standards. Well, there's at least one new one on here. Joey DeFrancesco plays organ on this. So it's the Christian McBride Big Band. But 4 of the songs are the quartet only, which is Christian McBride on bass, Joey DeFrancesco on organ, Mark Whitfield on guitar. So I was not familiar with Mark Whitfield, but he sounds great on guitar. Really enjoyable. Really like his playing a lot. And then Quincy Phillips on drums. And then about 7 of the songs have the whole big band, which is, there's 5 trumpets listed here, 4 trombones, and then 5 more guys on woodwinds. So, playing, from baritone sax to, there's actually a bass trombone listed on here too. So, yeah, like I say, this is totally different from Jimmyffrey. This is just, these are jazz standards. This is easy to listen to, easy to hear the melody. Really good. I saw William Now showed this recently, and he liked it a lot too. So, yeah, I was really happy to get this one. Not really too much to say about this. It's pretty much what you would expect. I think it's just really easy to listen to, really well played. Fantastic album. So, Christian McBride Big Band. Here's what the labels look like on this. They're all similar. They're slightly different shades of color on those labels. So, yeah, so those are the records that I've gotten here in the first part of, just the colors are a little bit different, in the first part of October. Yeah, I think all of them are good. The Jimmyffrey is, like I say, is one that I'm going to have to listen to some more. But yeah, I was happy to get all these records, and yeah, I think the Koriki album is over. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, so I hope everybody has a great day. Yeah, thanks for watching.